And let me just be clear, I love this movie.
Yeah. It is
Barbie-
actually unacceptable.
Her hair is Zendaya pattern. She doesn't need a hair pick.
Except her name is Barbie. She is not Barbie. Not talk right. It's my scene, my scene. You know what I mean. It's my scene. Fangirl Central. Okay, hello everyone. Let's just get right on into it. We're doing a great, fun episode today. I am Amber.
I'm Amanda. This is Fangirl Central.
Where being a fangirl is central to our identity. And we have a very fun, glitz, glam setup today. Accessorize, have fun,
Accessorize.
have fun. And we're gonna introduce the topic of the episode. Without further ado, Amanda, shall we?
We shall.
Oh, okay. And we have to put on our glam glitz accessories because these girls know how to have fun.
If you are just listening to this, we just put on some glam glitz accessories. And if you look at the YouTube or perhaps just an image of what we're doing right now, oh shit, did you hear that?
What was that?
What was that? We have so many glam glitz accessories on the table, including disco balls and every single My Scene movie on the table. Because what are we talking about today?
My Scene. It's my scene, my scene. You know what I mean. It's my scene.
And this is a little bit of a second installment of a series that we're going to be doing. It's a 3-part series. We started with Barbie.
Yes.
So we watched I don't even know, 12
we watched
Barbie movies?
A lot of Barbie movies. We had we stopped around
way too many. We stopped at Christmas Carol.
Yeah, we stopped at Christmas Carol, which was around 2011, because we were like,
I couldn't do any more.
We didn't watch the rest when they came
up.
out. That we had kind of aged out of it, and so we said we're not gonna do this because, guys, it was a nice idea in theory, but it did become
hellish. Hellish.
It was too much.
It was hell.
It wasn't.
It was hell. It's not even. It wasn't even hell-ish. It was hell.
It wasn't
okay
good.
Because every single. I'm so sorry.
A lot of them don't
I'm
have plot. It's just
so
pretty because they're
sorry.
for really young people who don't need plot.
There's no interesting plot, and you can go and listen to our Barbie episode. But my conclusion, because I don't want to speak for Amber, but my conclusion was that Barbie is such a boring character. She never influences the plot. The most interesting Barbie movies and the most entertaining always have really funny villains. And I'm going to be honest, the only ones I enjoy and think are actually worth returning to are Princess and the Pauper and Barbie as the Island Princess. Because those musical numbers are so good.
Absolutely.
And so are the villains. Come on.
Yeah.
Preminger and Luciana. No, not Luciana. Who's Luciana's mother?
Luciana.
No,
No,
Luciana.
not Luciana.
What's her name? Queen
Adriana? No.
Adriana?
She's iconic, but we cannot remember her name.
No. I got it. It might be Adriana.
I think it's Adriana.
It might be Adriana. Because
Luciana.
Ariana.
But
you're not here for Barbie.
No, and we did the Barbie episode.
Saying,
Go find it.
We did the Barbie episode last December because, it was Barbie year last year. Although, my hair was pink not because of Barbie. My hair remains pink not because of Barbie, just because it's my favorite color. Mm-hmm. On that episode, I kept saying, I just prefer My Scene.
Yeah.
I just prefer My Scene.
And the truth is, My Scene was our shit. We loved the dolls, and we loved the movies that came out with the doll lines. And we loved the website, and we loved the games. And we loved the CD-ROMs.
The CD-ROMs, I cannot hear the word CD-ROM without thinking about My Scene. And for those of you who don't know what My Scene is, it was so Barbie has been out, since the 60s. Mm-hmm. And then Bratz came, okay? Bratz came on the scene, which that's the 3rd of this series, so look out for it.
Hint, hint.
Bratz came on the scene. Barbie said, "Oh no, the girls have lips. Oh no, the girls have hips. Oh no,
the girls have style.
The girls have style. They're styling and
They're unique.
Gotcha.
The girls have friends. First of all, the girls have friend groups with different personalities.
Yeah, and are diverse. And the girls who are not white might like them more than us. And so they were like, we need to make our version of Bratz. And so basically my scene is Bratz, but they're a little taller. Their feet don't detach. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I don't know. I feel like they're a little bit more.
Their heads are smaller.
Their heads are small. Yeah,
physically.
That's the thing. Their heads are smaller than Bratz, but they're bigger than Barbie. It's like literally, I think my scene's a mix between Barbie and Bratz.
I think so too. It's definitely the love child of Bratz and Barbie for sure. Bratz has like every girl is a different ethnicity and race. My scene, it does have majority white girls, and there's 2 people. There's 1 black girl and 1 person of color. She's Asian.
Right.
So it's like
Barbie
it is a white friend group.
Barbie is one of the My Scene dolls, which confuses everybody.
And Barbie is one of the My Scene. Barbie's except it's not the same Barbie, and they make that clear. No, it's not the same Barbie. Her name is Barbie. She is not Barbie.
Her name is Barbie. She is not Barbie.
So
I have to take these off.
It is confusing.
It's very, very confusing, if I should say so myself.
You're gonna take them off?
I didn't do my makeup for nothing.
You're right, but you're the one who was like, I'm gonna wear these the entire episode.
I know, I said that and I lied.
I don't think
I might put on another one. I can't do that.
I'm putting them in the lineup because
they're going in the lineup. It is so confusing. No, but I feel like it's confusing marketing wise because they're like, wait, Barbie. Mm-hmm. And Barbie?
Yeah.
But Barbie?
Yeah.
But Barbie.
So, yes, Barbie eventually leaves a few years down the line, and they replaced with a different blonde girl named Kennedy. It's a whole lore.
Yeah, and also before Kennedy, there was Kenzie. And she was like strawberry blonde.
She was just a 6th. So like she was there when Barbie was there.
I know. But that's that always confused me. I was like, you already had Kenzie and she's a strawberry blonde. And now you have Kennedy and she doesn't look even that different than Barbie. Like at least Delancey has streaks in her hair.
Well, they did have the character who was briefly in Jammin in Jamaica as a doll.
The Jay,
that's her name.
The dark-skinned black girl.
Yes.
Who's from Jamaica.
Yes.
And they did not push her.
They did not push her at all.
No,
she was
because
not on the shelves very
because Madison
has blue eyes.
She has crystal blue eyes, and her skin is very light, and her curl pattern is very loose. Mm-hmm.
But they still gave her a pick rather than a brush. They gave all the white girls brushes, but they gave Madison a hair pick,
or in Madison's case,
accessory.
A hair pick. We literally got back into my scene because of this fucking YouTube video essay that was narrated by literally Siri.
Yeah.
And they were like, every girl came with a brush, or in Madison's case, a hair pick. We'll link the video because I'm sure it's still up there. But
and maybe insert the soundbite because when we were watching it so invested. And when that came up, we did burst out into laughter.
Insane.
Each My Scene doll came with 2 outfits and a hairbrush, or in Madison's case, a hair pick.
It's just funny because it's like, she's black with an afro, so they gave her a hair pick. And it's like the loosest curls.
Her hair is Zendaya pattern.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a hair pick. And her eyes are crystal clear blue, and they weren't ever clear about it, but she's definitely mixed. But I always imagined that her dad was black. Whenever they talk about her dad, for some reason, I'm like, her dad's black, right?
For some reason, I really picture both her parents being black.
I never picture her with the mother.
I don't ever picture her mother, and that's honestly the truth, and you're right. But for some reason, Michael Ealy's fully black, isn't he? He got blue eyes.
I don't know about that.
I'm looking it up, right? I don't have internet!
I'm looking it up right now. No, but I just, all of that aside, because obviously the race and stuff, because there was a black.
We weren't thinking about.
We weren't
thinking about the race at that age, but
I was.
You're always.
I was always thinking. I was like, okay, so Madison's the one that I'm the most like, but I just wasn't thinking about it. It was just because she was black.
Yeah.
And I was also pissed off because her hair was looser texture than mine. I was like, well, I don't even look like that. So
yeah,
I
just always felt
with my hair.
The thing is, which honestly kind of brings me to the first topic I wanted to say is. I said, which one? Let's name our fave girls growing up. The thing is, I always had inner guilt for not having Madison be my favorite because she looked most likely like me, and this is me thinking back then. But Chelsea and Delancey were my favorite. But I had that guilt even without really knowing why I had that guilt.
So did I, but at the same time, it was like we just did our Cheetah Girls episode, and I was obsessed with Raven, so I knew that there
It was
were
something
black
different.
girls that I thought were cool, like fictional black girls that I thought were cool. With Madison, she just irritated me so bad.
Yeah, but
at the
she was
time,
like-
I do not feel the same way.
No,
now,
now
as
I
I
see
did
her. I
when I was
see
a
her.
child, and when we hit the movies real deep, I will get into that because I was irritated with her, and I did take Barbie's side a lot of the time, and now I'm directly the opposite, like completely on a 180. I was getting so mad at Barbie when we were watching all the movies. We watched all 3 movies this morning.
Same.
And I want to say on that note, like, don't remember the black Barbie? What was her name? Tia? It started with a T.
I think it was Tia, yes.
And then there was an Asian one too.
Yes.
It was like Barbie, and then the black one, and then the Asian one.
Was it
But the
Leah?
black ones and the black one and the Asian one didn't really show up very often. They were not main characters in the movies.
No.
I think they were versions of those characters in Barbie Diaries, which Elise Allen, who wrote all 3 My Scene movies, wrote Barbie Diaries.
And that is one of my favorites. Just
and
because
it's
of the
and
vibe.
an ensemble one. And it's
I
like
can
more
so
like
see that's a My Scene vibe, yeah.
high school. I think they were trying to touch into the My Scene thing. I think My Scene succeeded so much is because I've heard it be called like a child's version of what an adult life is like the idealistic adult life, because they're like going out dancing all the time and like
meeting at the skate park.
and meeting up at the cafe and
Yeah.
like all the lights are all colorful and rainbow and it's like a perfect fall afternoon in New York. It's just like the vibes are like intensely amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all the time. Versus Barbie, the vibes terrible.
They just weren't.
Terrible
It was
in
all.
those
It was very.
movies.
I'm so sorry, but it was very whiny bitch vibes.
It
was
was
like
so
she was letting
whiny.
everything happen around her and to her. Whereas My Scene is like this is like a plot of girls in a friend group doing really cool little things that they get themselves into. They were extras on a movie set just because they lied their way on there and they skedaddled their way in there. They raised money to fly to Jammin in Jamaica, and then they were also working on a fashion show as a fundraiser in high school. Like how fun is that?
They literally were in a movie in the last one, like, and they went to a movie. Like, they can do whatever they want. Like, they put their mind to it and then they do it.
They're
Versus
there's no reason why we can't figure that out.
a lot of fantastical things happen to Barbie, but they just happen to her. Like, she
Yeah.
doesn't choose to go on these journeys. It just happens, and she's like, oh no, and it's always so miserable. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Swan Lake. I'm thinking like 12 Dancing Princesses. I'm thinking like
the Pegasus one.
is that the one with the polar bear in it?
I think, but yes, that stupid polar bear.
Where her sister's a Pegasus, and then a bunch of different men want to force her to get married.
It
to
actually,
him.
we have to stop talking about Barbie because I genuinely don't like ragging on things too much on this podcast, and
No.
it really is. Once we get into it, there's a lot of annoying things about Barbie.
You're right. I would just in contrast to that, the vibes of My Scene are like
They're immaculate.
so amazing. Like, look at this setup right now. Like,
We have accessories.
it
We have
looks like
glam.
we're in the perfect party. You know,
Yes.
like they're doing dance revolution
With Lindsay Lohan.
Like.
Oh
Are
my
you kidding
God.
me? They're on rooftops. They're sipping sparkly drinks. They're in Jamaica and they're dancing their asses off.
And they work. They raise their own money to get there.
They have good
Their
guy friends.
Their guy friends are in a band that is in a competition, and yes, they missed the audition, but at least they were in Jammin in Jamaica, and
they're
they still perform at the end of the movie.
And they're talented. They're like good singers and guitarists and musicians, and they can dance, and they're nice.
And they're all
like,
just kicking
they're
it.
goofy, but they're like sweet guys.
Yes.
You know, like they have like a perfect, like, these are the
I'm
girls.
sorry,
and
Sutton
these
is
are the guys.
intelligent.
Sutton-
And apparently Hudson's good at math.
Right.
Like, I always am like, how is Hudson good at math? He seems like a himbo, but he's not.
He's not. No. I've never. I think Ellis is a himbo. I've never thought that. I think Hudson looks like a himbo because he's blonde.
Ellis is
but
a himbo.
Ellis is a himbo.
Ellis just doesn't really have much up there.
Ellis has nothing. Let's be
process.
honest. Ellis has nothing up there.
He doesn't have
There's
much to
nothing there.
process.
There's nothing there.
If he were in the Cullen family, he'd be Jasper just because like he just needs a little help.
Oh, I feel like. Oh, and I feel like Hudson would be Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rereading Twilight right now. Actually, I already did, but I'm rereading Midnight Sun right now, and Emmett is in it a lot more. This is a tangent, but I know you love Emmett. Emmett
Well, I
is
had
in
a
it-
Cullen Let's Face.
I know.
It was
I know. That's why I'm saying this.
okay.
But Emmett is in it way more because it's from Edward's perspective, and so we get to see it, and he
Oh,
can hear
that's
hear
cute.
Emmett's thoughts, and he's so funny. He's just
I-
so pure and sweet.
That
And
sounds
he's supposed to
dangerous
have
for me
he's supposed to have
read.
curly dark hair. He's not supposed to have a buzz cut. In the book,
wonder why
he
they
has
did that.
curly dark hair. I think just because like Jasper had curly hair and Edward had curly hair and Carlisle had curly hair. So they're all like, okay, so let's give him something like cool and like mid 2000s skater boy, cool, like hard ass.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think that Emmett's so hot.
Emmett is
And
hot.
I think he reminds me of Hudson. a
Yeah.
lot.
Just to finish it out, I guess Sutton would be Carlisle because he's not going to be Edward.
And he's smart. Yeah, Sutton is smart and hot.
Yeah.
And from England.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
literally from Lutton.
I was mostly thinking it's because
From
he's
Lutton.
the smartest one. Like,
from London.
I don't think River is Edward, but he's not Carlisle.
River means nothing to me. With that arrow
He's
goatee
Mike.
that he has. Who's Mike? Oh God.
Sorry, but okay. River is just he's just kind of dumb.
He's so clueless. I'm sorry. Like, and
he just
and he's
like gets away with being just like useless.
He gets away with it. He gets away with it. He gets away with everything in Jammin'
and you
Jamaica.
don't see any substance from him. Like you don't see him being thoughtful.
No. Can we get into Jammin' Jamaica because I'm
Yeah,
pissed off.
let's
okay.
go ahead.
So Jammin' Jamaica, they all go there. Basically is the premise is that the boys urban desire win the beat to beat competition, and so they go to like the global beat to beat competition in Jamaica, and they win. And if whoever wins that wins a record deal. And Madison, the black one, is their songwriter.
Yes.
Their lead singer River is Barbie's boyfriend.
Yes.
And if you watch the webisodes, they just got together
The
the
day-
day of the beat to beat competition.
So at the very beginning of the movie, that first night of them at the concert, that's the first night they got together. That's how fresh this relationship
how fresh.
is.
And when I was watching the webisodes again this year, I was like, hold on a minute. This is brand new. Barbie was acting like she didn't even like River or didn't even know
I
that
know.
he liked her. And then it's brand new. And she's like, oh, I guess that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Come to find out later in Jammin' in Jamaica, Barbie is only thinking about herself. She's like, we busted into this work trip. Yes, it's Jamaica. And yes, we're boyfriends. But she sees Madison and River keep talking about the band stuff. Work. They're trying to win a record deal. And Barbie's like, do you think Madison likes River? Do you think River likes Madison? Do you think they like each other? And then they hug and she ruins the whole day.
They literally, yes. Okay, I wrote as my first bullet for this movie, I said, friends crash other friends' work trip and are upset they are focused on work. Because that is what happens. I know that they wanted to come and hang out in Jamaica because it's so cool that their friends are in Jamaica. But for you to come and then be upset that they are focused on the work trip and your feelings become such a prevalent issue that they miss the audition that they are there for is ridiculous.
They miss the audition.
It is
Barbie-
actually unacceptable.
What happens is Barbie rants to everyone except Madison.
Yeah.
She sees Madison and River hug, and for some reason, River goes, we're perfect together. Again, it's a River problem.
It's a River problem because why are you saying that to your girlfriend's best friend? But also, he was talking about them as a working partnership. But it's messy. He's
and
messy.
Barbie goes, no way, and then runs off. And
no
first of
way.
all, how did they not catch her? She's on the beach.
She's not.
It's hard to run.
The Flash.
She's a runner. She's a track star. That's not what she is.
Like I don't know how they lost her at all.
They lost her.
And I don't know how that they lost track of time. You're gonna have to find her later. She is grown enough that she will go back to her hotel room while you guys go to this audition. I cannot believe they missed it.
And they missed it, and everyone was like, where the fuck were you? And they're like, we're looking for Barbie. She saw us together. And they're like, together? And she was like, not like that. There's just so many misunderstandings. And let me just be clear. I love this movie.
Yeah.
I think it is so realistic.
Yeah, it is.
I feel
This
like
is how messy it gets.
it could happen on like a reality show vacation episode.
Love
you know?
Island.
Like like it feels like what real teenagers would be going
yeah,
through.
and I mean, it's very like we're here, we're being like, this is ridiculous how they all handle this, but like we know that when you're in it, you don't know how to handle it. So I do understand Barbie whispering to her friends, asking
Absolutely.
her what she thinks Madison's feeling and what she thinks River's feeling. I understand all the whispers. They're girls on a trip and they're like 16, so it's like we get it. We are not we are not insulting them for how they handled it. It's funny because we've seen it so many times. We're coming at this from, this is our movie. We love them.
They're fictional characters.
Yeah, they're fictional.
I will be mad at Barbie all I want though, because I understand what she was doing. However, I don't think it's forgivable that she made them miss their audition.
No, it's unacceptable.
She made that whole trip about her, and it was a work trip. And when I was younger, I was always like, Madison, like, it's her boyfriend. Like, you're stealing her boyfriend and you're like ignoring her. And I'm like still a little bit like, yeah, well, Madison, you knew what she felt like. But Madison was pissed off that she crashed their work thing. And she was like, I wanted it to be about music. It's about my career. Like,
yeah.
And at the end, I'm like, I don't think Madison tangibly did anything wrong.
No, honestly, and it's a little frustrating because the other girls were there. Just the girls who were not working, they were just there to have a good time, like they said that they were going to do. And it was literally Barbie who made it about herself and took an opportunity away from everyone.
About a boyfriend that she's been with
For
one
a day. Like,
one day.
I guess by the point of the trip, they've been together for more than one day because they had that whole montage. But
one
still,
day in person.
No, I think that I don't think they went on trip immediately. I think they won, and then maybe it was like, I honestly think that maybe like they won the contest in the summer, and then the finals were in 6 months because it was winter.
No, because remember, Chelsea goes, Delancey knows us all for like 5 minutes, and then she's in Jamaica with our best friends. And they met Delancey that day too, the day of the Beat to Beat.
Yeah, but the day of the Beat to Beat, they were all in summer-esque clothing, and then by the time that they were trying to make money to go to Jamaica, it was wintertime. So I really think that there was a time lapse.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think there was a time lapse.
The way that they were talking about it doesn't sound like it was a time lapse, but the clothing thing is a good point.
I want to see the webisodes again, because also I want to say when I first saw these webisodes, it was a couple years ago. And when I first saw them or rewatched them, because I obviously watched them as a child, and I noticed how they were wearing all of a sudden the exact same outfits that they're wearing in Jammin' Jamaica, I got actual chills. I felt like I had found gold. I was like, this is the prequel to Jammin' in Jamaica, all of these webisodes. Like, I never put it together as a kid. And I never put those things on the webisodes on the website together as a kid. It was honestly magic. It was magic. It was like the Marvel Cinematic Universe to me.
It was also the first time they started using those voice actors, because they used to be different voice actors on the episodes. But then leading up to Jammin' Jamaica, it was the ones that we knew.
Yeah.
I still don't think that there was a big time lapse, because Chelsea was making a big deal about meeting her cousin Delancey, and she was like, I can't believe they're making me take Delancey to the Beat to Beat competition. Like, I don't want to know her at all. And then in the movie, she literally says that Delancey's known us all for like 5 minutes. And I think that she really means like 5 minutes. Like, I feel like she means like a day or at most 2 days.
Do you think that maybe she met them that night and then went back? Oh, no, she moved to New York, you think? Okay,
yeah, she was moving to New York. She's like,
interesting.
my cousin Delancey's moving to New York, and they want us to like hang out together.
Little bit of a plot hole or weather hole.
Or maybe they just had jackets, and they knew that they were going to be hot inside there because it was like overheating.
Yeah, we've done that for New York before.
Because it was winter break.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we won't see. We'll say that that's what it is.
I don't know. I still feel like it was very brand new for Barbie, because the way she talks about River, it sounds like it was brand new too.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a month.
Well, yeah,
I didn't think it was like a day, and she's like overreacting and stuff. But I don't want to harp on Barbie. I just had to like get that out there because I was on Barbie's side, but as an adult, I'm now on Madison's side.
No. With the main thing about Jammin' in Jamaica for me is I love to watch it simply because it's one of the most quotable films in my library, because I say random quotes from this all the time. They're running through my head.
Literally. Urban desire.
Montego way.
Montego way.
Something's teaching me Cockney.
Satin.
Serve it up, chickage.
I have that. That's literally on my list.
And we don't know what chickage is.
Be there or break my heart. What is chickage?
I don't know. It has to be something Delancey made up.
CHICKAGE. Like, that's how I feel like it's spelled. What is that? She's calling Noli that when she's taunting her about.
Is she saying chick edge?
Volleyball. No, I think she's saying chickage.
I don't know, but It has great music. First of all, it has great music, and it has so amazing, many quotable lines. But
the music is. We have to talk about the music.
we do, because there is the most iconic like opening to one of the most melodramatic scenes and montages in a movie
ever.
And it is to Radio Wave by Leslie Mills, and it's right after Barbie finds Madison and River hugging, and she runs away, and it zooms into her sitting on a beach all alone.
It's a 360.
It's a 360. It's just so cool. It's really good.
It's so good.
It's on.
I'm ticking on the radio wave, and I'm dancing on the table with a strawberry shake. Feel like getting down and dirty with a bucket of love on the radio wave. And a velvet sweater and a wagon machine. I was treated by the cover girly magazine. Here we are now, just letting it go on the radio wave.
Leslie Mills, who whatever she was got cooking in that fucking studio,
No, she gave them hits.
she gave us a full album of My Scene vibe core.
How did they come to her with this project? I
know. I wonder.
what is this?
It sounds.
What is this
to
partnership?
me? It sounds like she produced those herself. It sounds like that she produced those herself, and it was like the early 2000s in Los Angeles, El Segundo, California, and they found some like hippie, cool, like vibey, chill LA girl, who is a songwriter and like just wanted to make her sound. That's one version, but they could have paid her to make it. But she has a full album, and it's not related to My Scene at all. It's not like, because the Bratz have full albums of their music, and it's Bratz albums.
It's a soundtrack. But this just says Leslie. What's the album called? It's like,
I think it's called Feel Like LA.
Feel Like LA, the Hollywood Collection.
Like, I feel like she really felt like LA.
What's strange is on YouTube. I mean, on Spotify it says it came out in 2009. But
no, that's probably like when whoever the producer uploaded it to.
I feel like some of these songs, I don't know what I was going to say.
I don't know, but it's a full banger after banger after banger. Banger after banger after banger.
Yeah.
Like Making My Way.
Making My Way. What else is in Jammin' in Jamaica? I think it's just those two for Jammin' in Jamaica. But there's a bunch that I have listed for the other movies to come.
Same.
Also, the music in this by Urban Desire, Spontaneous Combustion, and Going Down in Flames. Which is a cover. We'll say it's an Urban Desire cover because there's a real band who sings it called Heidel. I don't know.
Well, that's the voice that they're using their song. So
is Spontaneous Combustion also theirs?
No, it's by somebody else, some other guy. But they're using their vocals in the movie.
They're good songs. They're fun songs.
They're really good.
The opening of Jammin' in Jamaica is actually, I think, what got us hooked. We used to watch it over and over again. Do you remember that?
I think
there was a point.
Going Down in Flames is by Heidel. Spontaneous Combustion is by Slushy.
Okay, but do you remember there was a point where we were like, let's put on Spontaneous Combustion, and we would dance really hard to it.
Yeah.
Where to go? I don't know. I hope I don't come up like a jerk.
Yeah.
No, literally, it's so iconic that it starts like that. Because I remember,
and the girls are dancing in the crowd.
It's the first ever My Scene movie.
Yeah.
Ever. And it came with all the dolls.
It came with all the dolls. We had like this DVD. We had it on DVD like 7 times because we had all the dolls plus the boys, and we also had the purple Jeep.
So it kept. We had like
we just
40 different copies of all of these.
But this was the first time we had gotten a doll that came with a DVD, because this was like kind of a new thing. Because later we got like some preview of Winx with some Winx doll. Oh no, that came in. some pizza.
It came in some pizza. I was just about to say the closest thing we had to this was the pizza boxes, and I remember thinking that when the My Scene thing came with a DVD, I was like, so this is like when we got All Dogs Go to Heaven from Papa John's.
Right. Which I vaguely remember.
And Rocky and Bullwinkle. Did this happen to anyone else? Because I looked it up online and I couldn't find shit about it.
Really?
I was like, did anyone else remember this fucking campaign where they
kept
put All
putting
Dogs Go to Heaven 2 in this pizza and Rocky and Bullwinkle?
I don't know.
In some pizza.
I just feel like
some pizza.
They kept on putting DVDs in the pizza.
Who
Let us know if
remembers
this was just a
this?
Tennessee thing.
What the fuck?
But what was I gonna say?
It makes more sense to do it with dolls. I'm just gonna say.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say the fact
I
that
wish it kept doing that.
the fact that this DVD, this whole movie came with this set of dolls, spoiled me down. Like I was expecting an entire storyline to come with everything I had ever gotten, every toy I got in the future. Because I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And then they came out soon after with Masquerade Madness, that line, and a whole other movie. And I was like, oh great, it continues. Like these are real, these people have substance.
These are real people.
Yes.
They're not just dolls. They're like, these dolls represent real people.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's
that's,
like a collection. They make
honestly,
it collectible.
That helped me because I had to reason why we were getting new dolls. I was like, why don't we just get new clothes? Like, why are we have 3 fucking Barbies? But it was like, there's different clothes, first of all, and this isn't her. This is a representation of her. The real her is on my TV. Like, she's a character.
Yes, this is her in Jammin in Jamaica. This is her in Masquerade.
It's like
Madness.
having a bunch of different Stitch plushies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But also, I remember Jammin in Jamaica was the only one that we got all of them for. And
I
that was
remember.
enough. We had to pick for Masquerade Madness. So we never had Madison or Barbie because we picked Noli, Delancey, and Chelsea between the two of us.
Right. Yeah.
And none of the boys. But remember you got Kenzie in her bathtub?
Yeah, because I loved that bathtub set.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
looked
that
fun.
bathtub was cool, and I also really liked Kenzie.
Yeah.
Now I'm just remembering this. I have not thought about this since then, but I thought that she was gorgeous.
No, I agree. And also, I remember when we saw her in Masquerade Madness, it was after the bathtub set.
Yes,
And I was like, I don't like her voice.
yeah, me too. She had kind of like a southern accent.
Yeah, I was just like, that's not how I pictured Kenzie to be like.
No, I completely ignored it.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's not
her.
Kenzie.
That's not Kenzie.
Mm-mm.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
Blonde or redhead? Redhead or blonde?
Or blonde.
Guys, what should I do?
Redhead
or
blonde? Girl, shut
You are
up.
literally a strawberry blonde. You're both.
Girl,
Do not put a wig on.
be quiet.
Us being bullying.
No, sorry.
But yeah, sorry.
No, but I love Delancey's hair.
I
I think
yeah.
Delancey was always kind of my low key favorite. Although
Yeah.
I think I loved Noli and Delancey equally.
And I think I love Chelsea and Delancey, and I love Noli by extension because I knew that Noli was your favorite, and I saw the vision. And so I think that's why we had. It was like Noli for you, Chelsea for me, Delancey to blend.
We
But
both
I
loved her.
was obsessed with Delancey for a second.
Me too, because I think that she's so cool. I
She
think
was
she's
so
the coolest
cool.
one.
She was so funny. She's so pretty, but also we had more lines. We had like a bling ring one.
Oh,
ring.
yeah,
Like a
yeah.
bling bling one. And
Bling,
they were
bling.
all frosty. We had Chelsea and Noli of that. And we did have Madison. We had a couple of Madisons and Barbies. We just didn't get the Masquerade Madness ones. for them.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Bling, bling, bling.
Not
What
a-
is three
Three
blings?
blinks?
That was
Thought it
bling,
was two
bling.
bling. Bling, 3 blings?
Okay, so yeah, so that's Jammin in Jamaica. Let's
Wait. I want to kind of talk about the girls because we talked about Delancey. I think Delancey's effortlessly cool, and I always think it's cool when a girl just like swings in and then is very cool. Like she's
Yeah.
like the latest addition to the group, but she was always like so sure of herself, and I thought
Yeah.
that was so cool.
I agree. I think I want. Okay, what if we do this? What if we go through all of the movies and then talk about the girls? Because I have a question of like, what are their signs? And we could.
We know their signs. That's the thing. Is like when I was googling them, their sign and their birthdays.
Did you write them down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Can we do a guessing game then?
Yes.
Okay, let's review the movies and then do it.
Okay, because I don't
Or
have very many.
Vice versa. Which one?
I don't have very many things to say about. I don't have very many things to say about things after Jammin in Jamaica because Jammin in Jamaica was literally the biggest one, and I was so angry at them, and I already said that.
Okay.
but I just kind of want like the vibes because I think we should rank the movies too.
I also think so.
But the vibes of Jammin in Jamaica to me are unmatched.
what do you?
What's your number one?
Elaborate. Okay. Well, see, I have things to say about the other three, and then I want to rank them.
Jammin in Jamaica is my number one, and I'll just say that because we're talking about it right now. The vibes are unmatched. The fashion, I think it's because of literally the sheer amount of sunglasses that are going on. Because there's 5 girls and 4 guys, and they're every single pair of sunglasses they wear, legitimately so cool. Every single outfit they wear, every single bathing suit they wear, and the dancing in Jammin in Jamaica is like, I was like, get me there, get me to that place.
Yeah.
I want to be with them. I want to be friends with them. Their purple Jeep, like.
That purple Jeep is everything. Actually, in the montage of them fundraising, yes, the vibes of Jammin' Jamaica are immaculate. But I want to say, let me just say my notes for Masquerade Madness and My Scene Goes Hollywood. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. So we mentioned that it was high quality in the first one. And then you also said something that I agreed with, which you said that you wish it was longer and more complex. And I agree because I did enjoy seeing them as a friend group in the Netflix, in the New York neighborhood during the school year, like working together and like the dynamics. Right. It was more coupley a little bit.
It was more real. It was more grounded. It was like, oh, we're at home and we're like in the school year.
Yes, and it has the iconic dressing room scene where they're passing that jacket over the dressing room because they're like, everybody... Try this. See who it works for. And Chelsea's the one who's just there. First of all, the plot is they are all working on a fashion show fundraiser for an animal shelter, and Chelsea's designing the clothes because she is famously a fashion designer or aspiring. And so she's also having trouble with math, and she lies to the girls and says that she's dating Hudson because she doesn't want to tell them that Hudson's actually tutoring her.
In math.
Yeah, and Noli's a genius in math, and so they're like, why don't you just get Noli to teach you? And it's a mess. But it's
absolute mess.
I just love it because I think it's so cute that she is designing all their costumes.
Yeah.
All of their pets are in it. They're literally walking in a fashion show. And
it's just like the perfect concoction for like a child to like glom onto.
Yes.
Like, it's wish fulfillment.
And it's so glammy. It's just so glammy. Like the trumpets when they finally do the runway at the end of the movie.
Yes. And the flashing.
Yes.
When they're down the... And it's so... Every single outfit is so cool. I was like, this one's the best. Actually, no, this one. Actually, this one.
And it keeps on going.
It keeps going.
And
it's
then,
so iconic.
And then also, this is the first time we see Madison's house, and it's like the coolest pad ever. Like, it's just like a hangout pad, and it's very, very nicely aesthetically decorated for the 2000s.
It's
and then
loft.
At the end, they have a surprise party for Chelsea, and it's Masquerade.
It's a masquerade, and they're
all in their costumes.
They are,
from the fashion
remember,
show, and it's
16.
The
okay,
it is so cool.
Chelsea's having her 16th birthday party.
Honorable mentions from this movie. I said I love the montage of Chelsea studying and then also making the costumes for the passion project. I think it's beautiful because it shows that, you know, your passion can help you through a lot of things, even if you're failing math, which was such a direct thing. Geometry and fashion designing. Come on.
I love that they show what they're each good at because Chelsea's ability to design is a superpower, as we will get to in My Scene Goes Hollywood.
Yes.
But like, it's so cool, and it's like, oh yes, like I wish that like I could do that or that my friends could do that. I also love the fake dating trope.
Yes,
fake relationship, pretend relationship.
Because they expose that like Chelsea really has a crush on Hudson, and
that's
he was
always
like,
what it is.
Obviously, really has a crush on her, and that's cute.
And they're like, well, like, Chelsea really liked you she has for a while, and Hudson's like, what?
I said,
and then they were like, it wasn't that hard for us to believe, and he was like,
what?
Huh?
It's cute. It's cute.
I love fake dating for this reason. It's like, okay, so you guys obviously both like each other, and you're gonna pretend to date because it's convenient for the two of you.
Yes.
And then actually one of them gets jealous and is like, well, I have to make it look like we're dating, so I can't have you flirting with a guy.
Oh, is that
okay?
Why? Oh my God. But yeah, and I also mentioned the pattern continues on with the like friendship miscommunication, because in the first one, Barbie doesn't know who likes who. Madison is there for a different reason. And in this one, they're just all these different secrets and lies swirling around. Yes, they're trying to keep a surprise party hush hush, but also there's random secrets just gossiping, swirling around. Everybody's confused, and it's fun. It's cute.
Delancey can't keep a secret. They think that Delancey has a secret crush on Hudson.
Yeah.
And it's actually because she can't tell her about the surprise party. And then so she can tell Hudson, but she can't tell Chelsea.
I can't wait.
Chelsea can't tell them that she's failing math. And Hudson's like, actually, I don't know, you guys. And they're like, well, she really likes you. And he's like, oh, wow. And then he's like, oh, well, they think that I'm really breaking up with you, and we have to, but we can't do this anymore. And it's just like, oh, Noli's great at math. Why don't you just ask Noli?
Yeah, like all the secrets are unnecessary, and the friends realize that at the end. I'm so excited to see their birthdays and their signs because I have some notes. Okay.
Yeah, and I also think that the best outfits, the Masquerade Madness dolls are just like unmatched.
Yeah,
unmatched.
that Noli as a rock star is actually
Just every single,
perfect.
like that's why I
and
want
they
a
came
Noli.
with the doll. They came with the animals.
That's why I
we
want a
had the little
Noli.
kitty.
Yeah,
and we had the little pug. My Scene Goes Hollywood. That was the third one. That did not come along in the doll box for us. I remember I saw it individually in Target. We
right,
said,
it was. We had a DVD case for it.
We said, look, we had a DVD case for all of them.
Right.
But they just came in the box. This one was just free, and it was not free, but it was freestanding. And so we brought it home. I don't remember exactly the day or whatever, but this movie to me felt like a big event because it's called My Scene Goes Hollywood. That was already a pretty big thing. I don't know if Sweet Life Goes Hollywood had come out yet, but the idea of Goes Hollywood.
What about Degrassi Goes Hollywood? Is that what it's called?
That came out the next year, but I wouldn't have been watching
Everybody's
that anyway.
going Hollywood.
I know. That whole term was very popular then, and I just knew that was cool. That was glitz. That was glam. I've said glitz and glam so many times.
They're not even in Hollywood.
No, they're in New York.
They just go Hollywood.
And they don't even, they don't go. They don't go. They just are filming a movie. So they're filming a movie. Madison gets They lie and sneak on the set and then act like extras, and then it works, and that's amazing. That gave me a lot of energy.
Wish fulfillment.
It's
like,
wish fulfillment.
Oh my God, that could happen.
It's energizing. It's like look at what they did. Look at what they did. They just made that happen for themselves. Then someone can't film, so they pick Madison, and then Madison gets kind of a big head because, she has this opportunity. Ryan Ridley has a kissing scene with him, and we don't even know how old he is. He could be creepy.
I think he's 21, I would say, and Madison's
like 16.
16,
so
maybe 17, because maybe it's been a year since Masquerade Madness.
It's better than Ezra and Arya. Sorry, I'm rewatching PLL, Pretty Little Liars right now, and that's the only thing on my mind. I said about this when I said iconic opening, girls strutting down the streets with fantastic montage showing their personalities in school and otherwise. Lucky playing in the background. And I also want to mention for Masquerade Madness, that is also an iconic opening of them panning down to all the New York skyscrapers and then into a loft. That's very
Is that
New
when
York.
they're saying, no, that's not the Calling All Girlfriends scene.
No, but
Calling all girlfriends.
I love it. And I love the phone scene.
Feel like that's what I was gonna say. The 5-way phone call.
The 5-way phone call.
And then one of them is in the bath with like some
mask.
a
face
mask.
Someone's painting their nails. Someone's at the computer. It's so good.
It's so early 2000s.
I love it.
It's like so, and their tech is so cool. Like I think Barbie or Madison has a red phone. And then one of them is like, Delancey's like, look at what I got for the fucking party, dude. A bubble machine, a lava lamp. And she takes a picture of it, and Madison's like, oh my God. She looks at it on her picture phone, and it was so chic.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. The girly communication of the early 2000s.
Feel Like LA is in My Scene Goes Hollywood too, which I just recently celebrated my 10-year anniversary in LA, and we went to the beach and played that song, and literally I feel like LA. I
feel like LA. Feel like LA. Like a bright sunny day. I've been done it in motion.
Yeah. Feel Like LA, Lucky. Find the Fun.
I'm serious. Like,
oh, we forgot to mention Live by Jennifer Marks in Masquerade Madness is a song that I listen to on my commute when I'm having a hard morning.
Wait, is that song in Masquerade Madness? I thought it was in Goes Hollywood.
No, it's in Masquerade Madness.
Cold cup of coffee. My breakfast of champions is a cold pizza and a cold cup of coffee, even colder showers. I'm gonna live like I can fly. I'm gonna laugh until I cry. I'm gonna live like I got money falling from the sky. I'm gonna live with no regrets. I'm gonna live the best I get. I'm gonna live like the best is gonna happen. The best is yet to come. Yeah.
Sorry we sing so much.
But it's hard to with these
not
movies. They have a lot of good songs.
It's hard not to. I counted how many times. We sang so much on the Cheetah Girls episode last time.
Really?
We sang so much. Every single song we were discussing, we sang.
Don't put a mic in front of my mouth and expect me not to break into song.
I'm working late because I'm a singer. Like, literally, I can hear myself. These are good quality fucking microphones. I can hear myself. I'm going to sing. I'm going to sing, and I can hear the entire tenor of my voice. Okay, I can hear every single range. I'm going to sing. We should rank the songs too. But I do want to say, I know that Madison was on some bullshit in this movie, but I think that it's, I'm more empathetic to her.
I'm more empathetic to Madison to the other girls because they were acting uncouth at Hollywood parties.
They were
and
acting
there is a way
uncouth
to act at a Hollywood party.
There is a way?
Or any party, honestly.
There are ways?
And then
there are ways. And I want to do it my way. The Cheetah Girls way.
Glitched. But yeah, no, I agree because Madison does get a big head. I do think that she does get a big head and kind of loses self, but it doesn't help to have friends who are actively like not on your wavelength.
But this time I want to notice that before all that bullshit happened, Madison was the most humble about it.
She
was the least excited.
Yeah.
She did not want to get up at 6 a.m. She said 6 a.m. I haven't even seen 6 a.m. And then she woke up and she was like, I'm awake, like God. And then she didn't even want to go into the costume trailer.
And she was plucked into...
She was fucking, like, nervous. She was like, they're gonna kick us out. Like, you guys, this isn't funny.
Yeah, like, she wanted to not ruin the chance that she was given. And all the other girls were daydreaming a little too unrealistically. Like, these are people at the end of the day, and they were acting like they were shiny trophies.
And also
Lindsay Lohan and Ryan Ridley.
They were talking about they were talking about talking to Lindsay, and Madison was like, I don't even know what I would say to her. Like, I just would like freeze up and stuff. Like, she wasn't thinking that this was going to be a reality.
Yeah.
Which might be the first thing that she had to trip up on because I don't know. It's like on one side, Madison was like, that's not realistic. Like, why would I even be thinking about what I'm going to be saying to Lindsay Lohan? By the way, Lindsay Lohan's in this movie.
Yeah, we forgot to say that. They had a fully loaded trailer with, at the credits of the DVD.
As herself, Lindsay Lohan's playing a cartoon version of herself. And I want to say that it's because Hilary Duff had a Barbie made of her.
Oh,
so Lindsay Lohan wanted,
I'll be in the movie,
their
bitch.
beef. She was like, I want a doll made of me, and so she was in this movie so that she could have a My Scene doll made of her.
It was honestly an iconic role.
We didn't have that, but it was an iconic role. She's like the best I've ever seen her. That's exaggerating, but she's so good.
They gave her some kind of scary green eyes though.
Piercing,
like piercing green, like not a realistic.
At the
green.
same time, me and Amber were like, her eyes don't look like that.
It was insane.
Why is it that? But on the one hand, you got Madison, who's not being delusional and being like, you guys, we have to be sensible. And then she gets a little ounce of power and she goes insane.
Yeah,
but then on the other side, we have all their friends who are like, I bet she's a normal person. She's super easy to talk to about. I bet that she would be friends with us. I bet.
But then asking her really personal questions.
Crazy questions coming at her sideways.
Like, it's like, would you want to be bombarded in any way? Like, quit bombarding her.
Delancey's like, and how good a friend do you have to be to go along with you when you're all your travels? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She doesn't want it. What are you talking about? Be cool. Be cool. They've never heard the word cool in their life. And I think they did Delancey wrong because I also
did.
The Delancey from the first movie wouldn't do that.
No, Delancey seems pretty chill. Like, they made her like a goof.
She's cool. Her parents are rich.
Yeah,
Her parents have a fucking house in Jamaica. And a house in Malibu, where she's from.
Like, she's not going to be, like, offset by Lindsay Lohan.
No, I feel like I can see her being too familiar because of that, but I can't see her being so, like, off.
I loved Delancey a lot, and I would like to believe that she would be cool and chill.
I think they dumbed her down in the second and third movie because they needed someone to dumb
funny.
Down.
Yeah, and it wasn't going to be Noli.
And she kind of was in the first movie. Noli was a little bit when she was like 4,330.
But that's not even dumb. That's her counting.
I know. She's just like I think she was the weirdo.
Yeah.
And they needed someone to be like
kind of more airheaded.
I don't know. I also think that they needed to differentiate Noli and Delancey because they're both like skaters and like athletes and stuff.
Yeah. And they had that little headbutt.
Yeah. So I'm like, but I
think they're just saying I think they're the same, except Noli's like smarter school wise, and Delancey is a little more airheaded and chiller.
And she's rich.
But
they all have to be rich in order to go to Jamaica last minute.
They're definitely in a very healthy tax bracket.
This is why I also think that Jamaica happened immediately, because if they otherwise they would have had longer to fundraise. I feel like they would have planned to go with them. If it was like 6 months later, they would have been like, oh well, let's just like plan with our parents.
Yeah, but they're like they just won and they flew off. No, that makes sense.
Flew off.
Okay, is it time to rank?
Rank the movies.
Yeah.
I already said Jammin and Jamaica is my first.
Okay, and I hate ranking things because it stresses me out when I like
Amber
a lot
hasn't
of
ranked
them.
one thing.
I have rank phobia.
She hasn't ranked one thing.
I think
Here on this podcast, and the Cheetah Girls and our High School Musical episode on Black people of Paramore, she hasn't ranked anything.
I do rank them. I ranked my. Oh wait, no, I haven't.
No, you didn't. You said you can't have one without the other. They're a
You're right.
package deal.
I do.
And you
yeah.
said that about the High School
You're right.
Musicals.
I
and
ranked
the Cheetah Girls.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I think that's a feat.
Okay.
Anyways, ow. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have to say that I think based on my gut, I'm gonna say that, and based on excitement, I think I'm gonna say My Scene Goes Hollywood will be my number one because I think it's very glam. That was all me as a kid. I was like, step it up a notch. Like Jammin' and Jamaica was the first one, but when I saw My Scene Goes Hollywood, I was like, there's a third, and they're going Hollywood.
For sure.
And Madison was at the top of that DVD, like with her sunglasses, looking glam as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, this one's for me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and it was pretty colors, like
Lindsay Lohan's
I
in it.
love Jammin' and Jamaica, but the DVD was orange, and then Masquerade Madness was blue, and I think that
And purple.
the colors.
There's a lot of purple on. Oh! No.
I think that the color scheme of My Scene Goes Hollywood was just the most beautiful thing
was
I had ever
purple.
seen, and
It
I
was
was like,
purple.
yeah, and it was like literally gradient purple and pink within her blue sparkly glasses.
Yeah, she looks like a star.
Yeah.
Like My Scene Goes Hollywood was my number 2. So like, and Masquerade Madness, I'm sorry, it's always been my least favorite. I don't
it's
even.
so, it's a
I
blink
don't-
of an eye, honestly.
I don't enjoy watching it.
It's a blink of an eye. The plot is a little like ridiculous. Like I literally wrote that it's absurd. It's absurd.
It's a little too-
I understand that they just randomly made a thing, but I'm like this.
I just don't buy into Chelsea's problem.
I would have liked like
it's a non-issue.
8
Like I'm
webisodes
literally
of
like,
small things that happened in
this
there.
is a non-issue.
yeah. Yeah, and it was
Girl.
it was over before it even started. Jammin' and Jamaica is my
it's
second.
way too small. It's
because
short.
it's iconic.
If Masquerade Madness was longer and a little bit more complex, and the rest of the boys instead of just Hudson were in it, I would like it. My thing is that I think I like Jammin' and Jamaica the most because there's so much variety in the scenes, and the boys are in it a lot, and so there's a lot of like push and pull, give and take, and each girl gets her own little mini arc, whereas in My Scene Goes Hollywood, it's really just Madison
Against the
and
girls.
in Masquerade Madness, it's really just Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like, I love that it's a group thing.
Jammin' and
in
Jamaica, you
and
do see
Jamaica.
all of their personalities more, but I do,
and they're all kind of like having their own little mini problems.
yeah
With like
they're all
the
having their side
boys
conversations.
and
Oh, you're
side
right.
quests.
Like like Noli's convincing Ellis to go say something to Delancey. It is cute. Jammin' Jamaica is very cute. It also is something that I loved watching with my friends in college when I discovered that people other than myself knew what I was talking
I know.
about.
Does anyone know what we're talking about?
Like I was like, y'all know Jammin' and Jamaica?
Listeners, do you know this? If you've gotten this far, do you know about these movies, or are we just like yapping?
Actually, like in college, when we found out each other knew what Jammin' and Jamaica is, and now I'm kind of specifically thinking of Maddie, but I have more than one friend who knows what it is. I think I heard it down the hall freshman year.
No. Was she
And-
watching it?
I think that I heard it down the hall freshman year, and I could be wrong.
Was she watching it?
I think she was just playing spontaneous combustion because she was talking about it with someone. I don't know. I could be misremembering this, but like, I was like, you know, Jammin' and Jamaica. Whatever led us to the moment. It was like, you know, Jammin' and Jamaica. You know, Jammin' and Jamaica. Oh, what? No one talked about it in 2017. No one talked about it.
No, I've barely seen it online now. Like I'm
It's-
like,
yeah.
girl, but I know that it's there because there's like accounts.
There's like a
dedicated to My
nostalgic
Scene.
2000s pages that is coming back, and it comes up randomly. But
And it's because like
No
they
one was
got
talking about it back
discontinued. The
then.
doll got discontinued, and then the website is not there anymore. I think
Yeah.
you can play them on like some random websites now, but like, and the CD-ROM might be floating out there. But like, when you like meet somebody that knows what you're talking about when you're talking about My Scene, like it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Like, especially the movies where it's like, this is a cinematic universe.
it is
Like this is a cinematic universe that has like sure, it's not the best continuity because Ellis asked Delancey out. In the first one, it's like, did that work out or no? And she kind of teasing him about dating. So I'm like, I feel like it didn't work out. And then it's like, are Chelsea and Hudson dating?
Yeah.
Do they continue, or like, are they not dating at all in the third? Because Hudson's like
then
looking
they
for
lie
girls.
they lie about Delancey having a crush on. Did you say that?
What?
They lie about Delancey having a crush on
Oh
Hudson,
yeah,
and
on
that
Hudson.
doesn't really make sense.
And that's like what? And then in the webisodes, there's some webisodes which I don't think the continuity is there at all. Like before
it gets messy.
Jamaica, where Madison is like on the phone. She like calls Delancey, and Ellis picks up. So I'm like, okay, so are they dancing? Like, what's going on? She calls Delancey, and she goes, Delancey, like I've been blah 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 blah, and I'm totally crushing on Ellis. Whoops, not Ellis. I mean Sutton. I'm totally crushing on Sutton. Who would crush on Ellis? LOL. Not that there's anything wrong with him, but and then he's like, you were saying, and she's like, and then it ends, and it's like,
I remember that one. No, I remember that one. It's stressing me out.
But I'm like, they definitely just put Madison and Sutton together because they're the two black people.
Yeah.
Because that never happens in the movies at
No,
all.
they don't.
They even
They
give
don't
him
even
someone
look
to
at each
flirt
other.
with.
Yeah.
In the first movie, and
Yeah.
then they give Madison Ryan Ridley.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
pretty crazy. Also, Brian is in the webisodes and never in the
Oh my
movies.
God,
who is supposed to be for
Noli.
I was about to say Niall. Bryant's supposed to be for Niall. Niall, the My Scene girl.
No, yeah. I also thought that it was of note that like Madison was the one that was first of all in the movie and the one who was dating this white heartthrob. That was a big deal to me.
No, it
in
was.
2005.
It was because there was a lot of like. Whenever I saw an interracial couple on TV, I was like, "Whoa!"
Because it was fictional. It was purely fictional. I didn't see interracial couples in real
Purely
life.
fictional.
You guys,
unreal.
we again. If you've been here for a while, you know we're from Memphis, Tennessee, in the South. Interracial relationships did not exist.
Yeah.
Okay, and if they did, it was so rare. I was astonished to see it in public. Like
Yes.
astonished. I was like,
Yes.
segregation.
Segregation.
We're segregated. I have two black parents. Everyone black I know has two black parents.
Brown
Everyone white I
crayons.
know has two white parents.
Brown crayons stay at my desk, and everyone else gets little yellow crayons.
They use the yellow crayons, and then sometimes there's a skin tone crayon, but that just means white skin.
Yeah, it's peach,
peach,
and it's
the white
not
people.
mine.
It's not for me.
I get brown and nothing. Yeah,
But no, literally, like and we've talked about this before, but it's like any interracial relationship involving a black girl. Anytime a black girl was the central person in a romance, it didn't matter what the race of the other guy was. It was like the fact that a black woman was desirable.
Yeah.
Really spoke volumes to me
Yes.
because I was like, well, that exists.
Right, exactly. Yes, that's exactly right. It isn't that. It's like they were put in the center. It's like it's just dating a white guy. That's code for dating main character if you're talking about media. And so that's just code for centering a black woman, which was not seen often.
No, it was not seen often. And also, like, there was a part of me that was like, I don't want to be forced to date someone just because you think that I should date them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times it was like the two black guys in our friend circle that I didn't know at all, and like they would try to force me to be with them.
And it honestly, where it got down to me, for me, the problem was, it was only like they would give you an option between the other two black guys at their predominantly white school, but it was also like, if it's not me, they're gonna go straight next door to the next black girl.
next black girl,
and that was just very. That's not enough. I cannot just be an option.
No, because it's not about you then. It's about the fact that these are your options and you tried me and I said no, and so you moved on to the next black girl. And that happened to both of us.
Yeah.
And also it's like the black boys in predominantly white spaces
would get a white girl if they could.
have easier times than black girls.
Yeah.
Because they can use their blackness as like a I'm cool card. Like they're athletes and they're rappers and white people use them for street cred.
Yeah.
But black girls, like white women don't interact with black girls the same way that white boys interact with black boys in these like private school spaces. And so the black boys that I knew didn't like black girls. You know what I mean? So I have some leftover like trauma from that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even like really related to what we're
No,
talking
I
about.
don't even know
but
what we're talking. Well, we're talking
Madison
about
and
Ryan Ridley.
Ridley.
First of all, he's an asshole. So fuck Ryan Ridley and his white ass.
Fuck Ryan Ridley.
Fuck
and
Ryan
his
Ridley.
paparazzi calling it boy of
He,
the
first of all,
month.
he used Madison.
He used Madison because he called the paparazzi and they said, who is Ryan Ridley being seen with today?
He just needed a girl on his shoulder. And that's what I'm talking about, options.
It's not the fact that I want Ryan Ridley. It's the fact that a black girl was centered in this movie and she was the one. She was the reason that my scene go Hollywood.
Yeah.
She was the reason that my scene go Hollywood.
Yeah, she was the reason they were in that number one on the call sheets trailer.
It
was her.
Her who befriended Lindsay Lohan. It was her who battled Lindsay Lohan at Dance Dance Revolution.
It was her that got him into the after party.
It was her that got them to the premiere.
Yes.
And it was her that knows how to ride a horse.
That's right.
And it just was like cool to see as a child.
Yes.
You know, now
It was literally her movie. We saw Barbie, we saw Chelsea, and then Madison was the one that got the third one.
because those were the original three. Those were the original three My Scene dolls. I'd never realized that.
No.
I was like,
No.
yes, it was.
No.
Yes, it was.
It was Madison, Chelsea, and Noli.
No, it was Madison, Chelsea, and Barbie. Barbie was one of the first.
Are you sure?
Yes. I did extensive research.
Okay. All right.
But I just realized that, just in this moment.
What?
That they did that because they were the first three. And I was shocked that Madison got a big role, but it's because they're the first three.
So
and
she
she's
got
the
the
black
last
one, and she got the
one.
last one, so it's not
Okay.
even that impressive.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so she's 3 out of 3.
Oh, okay.
Fuck off. And then they discontinued her. But we made up a plot in our line that she just found some more black friends.
Yeah, she said that these white women are not treating me right, and I shouldn't have to be the only black girl.
I'm taking my
forever.
hair pick, and I'm going.
They said
elsewhere.
they're giving me a hair pick. I don't even need a hair pick. This is a race driven. This is racially motivated.
Charged.
And I'm
Motivated.
taking my pick and giving it to a black girl who needs it.
Yep.
She went and she found some black friends.
She
and
did
we
find some black friends.
love you. You know, her name is different in the UK.
What is it?
It's,
I didn't know that.
Fuck. It's named something after some London thing.
Okay.
Her name, Wesley.
Yes, it's Wesley. Yeah.
And I always thought that was weird. I was like, why?
I don't know.
Because she's the same person.
Okay, let's rank these songs. But before we do, I want to say that I did put the My Scene theme song and Noli's hip hop CD on this list for some reason.
Noli's hip hop CD was something very important to me.
It was a dance
Tell me how it goes.
party.
Again.
I literally can't remember it. We're gonna have to insert it, but it was a dance party. Like we used to, it came with 2 songs, and I remember I think the first one was better, and we used to dance all the. We used
I
to
don't
play
remember one of them.
We used to play it over and over again in our grandma's room.
and we would give each other concerts.
Yes, because she had a little step up, and so we
We
acted
used
like
that
it
as
was
a
a stage.
stage.
I miss that house.
Me too.
Oh my
I cry
God.
about it.
I want to go. I want to play
I
dress up with our
literally-
mom's old recital
I literally
costumes.
dream about that house and I'll wake up crying.
I know. No, I've had that moment, but that house actually reminds. I'm so sorry, but we can't have a My Scene episode without it because that house reminds me so much of My Scene. Our grandparents got us so many of the dolls and the props. They used to take us to Toys R Us and tell us to pick out which one we wanted. Do you remember that?
Bro, what is it called? Yes. Girl time?
Just search Molly Hip Hop CD.
I did that.
Let me speak. And then also playing all of the My Scene games on the one computer that our grandma had. We used to sit. That's another place we used to sit and take turns playing those games and watching each other play the games. And then, do you remember when we had the idea to print out the like little magazine we were able to make?
Yes, absolutely.
And we were like, let's sell this around the neighborhood
Absolutely.
with our red wagon.
Yep.
And we printed out a bunch and we folded these little pocketbooks, but we did not.
We never did
Sell
that.
them
We
around
were
the
too
neighborhood.
shy for that.
Yeah. Also, who? I'm sure someone would take it for us because we were like 4 and 6.
It was called like Girl something.
Where's my phone? I think I can find it.
It was called Girlfriends.
Noli Girlfriends.
Ooh, I got the boys, but I got my
girlfriends.
girls rule.
It's all about the girls.
We're cool.
It's all about the girl. Ever. Yes.
Fuck you, girl.
No, we used to love those songs.
I literally love this song so bad, and
Girls
every
rule.
single. We just talked about this on the last episode
We're
about
cool.
GNO. It's like get the boys away.
Yeah.
Like literally go get out of here.
All about the girls growing up. What was
we
that?
were all about. Oh, what was that? Okay, James.
Oh,
What was that?
We were all about the girls
All
growing
about.
up.
No,
It was like girl power.
girl power.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Girls' night out. Girl power. Girl talk. Girlfriends.
Girls
it's
rule.
only girls. Girls only.
Yes.
Like girls rule. Like
Yes.
Hannah Montana sings about this. The Cheetah Girls sing about this.
We
Miley
would've
Cyrus
been-
was singing about it.
We would have been the He-Man woman haters' worst nightmares if we were in Little Rascals.
Nightmare.
We'd be like, we don't want to be up in there anyway.
It would have been a battle. It would have been holy war. I don't know what the fuck.
We would have challenged him to intelligence. Would be like, well, then what is 2 times 5?
Put me back in my 5-year-old body. I'm fighting somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't as bold back then, but like, if I had the chance now, I would be fighting because
Fighting them
I have
kids.
no stomach problems.
Mhm.
I have no backaches.
And you have all the
I
confidence.
have all the confidence. I'm beating your ass.
Yeah. Actually, as an 8-year-old,
Of course, that song
I
is
was-
fucking called Girlfriends.
pretty crazy.
Amber did beat up somebody.
I did beat up someone when I was 8. I didn't beat him up. He was just on the ground.
She kicked
at
him in the
end.
balls.
He was choking me out over some hide and seek. Okay, and he was older and larger.
Yeah, and like 3 times your size. It
And-
was literally like that scene in Bratz Babies.
it was self-defense. Yes, it was.
Like,
Yes, it was.
is this just a canon?
We
event?
don't want you here at, the mall.
We have to do a Bratz episode.
We have to
and
do
we
the
have to
Bratz
watch
episode.
all the Bratz movies that we watched growing up.
Absolutely.
And we have to do the same thing we did about Barbie.
Yeah.
But literally, like, it's no wonder that I was always like, wait, why'd you invite boys?
What
Wait,
they doing here?
what are they doing here? Like, seriously,
They're gonna
why did you tell me
kill
they were here?
The vibe.
They're gonna kill the vibe.
entirely.
They're gonna kill my fucking vibe, throw off my fucking groove.
throw off my goddamn groove.
It's all about the girls.
Girls rule.
Like literally, and I remember strutting across that stage
Yes!
with like a feather boa and being like, "It's all about the girls." And it's like, what are we
Pose.
doing?
We're having a great
We're
time.
having a great time.
We're having the best time of our
I
lives.
was trying to think
We're
about
building
that. I was
character.
Like, Noli CD, like what is that? No, that was a great song. My number 1 is Radio Wave.
I think so, too.
It has to be.
Yeah.
And then my number 2 is Making My Way.
Take a
Look
look
around.
around.
I take a walk downtown.
Wondering if what you have
Yeah.
been telling me is true.
Yeah.
That I've been living
Been
lies.
lies.
Should have said that it's too high. Forget
Forget
about
about your dreams, girl. Now you wait a minute.
out there in my eye.
Yeah.
Making my way, you see. Doing out the disbelief. Like the root of it got me crazy. There's nothing else to prove to anybody else but me. I look around your head, it got me crazy. 'Cause I'm making my way. Yeah, I'm making my way.
Does it freak you out? Yes.
This shit tastes terrible.
I know. I would say, are you counting Urban Desire songs?
I am, because Spontaneous Combustion came 3rd for me.
Okay. For me, it is first Radio Wave.
Mm-hmm.
Second, Making My Way. Oh, this is hard. Okay. And then third, this is hard. I can't do this.
I said Spontaneous Combustion because it just was the beginning of everything. And like we said, it really, really brought us into that movie.
I'm
And
making it second.
We would play it over and over and over and
Yeah.
over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's just iconic. And the way that they're dancing again, like, it's just like,
Yeah.
I want to be at that concert. It's like, the Masquerade movies have this way of being like, oh, you need to be here.
Yes, I'm going to say that Spontaneous Combustion is actually my second. and my third is making my way.
What's your fourth?
So my fourth is gonna be it's one of three. It's either Lucky, Feel Like LA, or Live. But I love Calling All Girlfriends. I just forgot about it until we rewatched it, which means like I feel like
mine is Feel Like LA. Mine is Feel Like LA.
I feel like LA, like a warm, bright, sunny day. I cannot abandon any emotion.
Yeah, okay, so 4 for me.
And like a da ba da ba da da da.
Sing Find the Fun again.
Oh,
I always forget how it goes.
I have to.
But I like it. I just I don't typically listen to the whole thing, and I always forget how it goes.
That didn't even make it on my list.
I always forget about it.
Oh, I like this song.
I really like this song.
Hey, yeah, you're the one.
Find the fun. Find the fun. It goes down, down, down.
Boom, ba down, da ba down, da ba da ba da da, yeah. Feel so free.
Yeah, it's a good one. No, it's a good one.
Oh, that's a good. That might be my 5 then. That might be my 5 then because
I love Live by Jennifer Marks so much, and I love Find the Fun, and I love Calling All Girlfriends, and I love Lucky, and I'm not ranking these because I also love Going Down in Flames.
Lives was my 5th. Going Down in Flames was my 6th. 7 was Calling All Girlfriends. 8 was my Lucky. But I'm gonna wedge in Find the Fun between Feel Like LA and Live. Let me look at their
birthdays, and then I'm gonna because I literally wrote down the signs that I think that they're associated. Some have multiple guesses, and you just tell me if I'm right.
Let's start with Madison.
Okay, so for Madison, I said that she is either a Capricorn, Virgo, Aries, or Sagittarius.
She's a Libra.
Damn.
Her birthday is August 3rd.
Okay, so I was wrong.
Which I guess I can see because she was the one who was like.
Wait, her birthday's August 3rd. She's a Leo of Cancer. When's her birthday?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
When's her birthday?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
She's a Leo.
Because they said, I might have written it down wrong.
Which I would still be wrong. But she ain't no Libra.
She ain't no diva. Her birthday, she's a Leo. I wrote it down wrong.
Okay.
She's a Leo and her birthday is August 3rd.
Okay, that's
which
crazy.
Makes sense to me.
Or I guess the other fire signs, but not Leo.
Yeah, it makes sense to me because, she can
that
be
makes
a little
sense.
bit self-involved.
She's quite self-involved.
Okay, what about Chelsea?
Cancer.
Guess again. You're close.
Pisces.
Close in the same way.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
Okay, so I knew she was a water sign.
Her birthday is November 10th.
Okay.
Which I can understand because she is kind of she's emotional, but she's secretive. Like she doesn't let people in.
She's really artistic too,
which is about what Scorpios do. Like it's like, oh, they're mysterious, but they really just like don't let people in.
She's a designer. That makes sense.
Yeah, our dad is a Scorpio and he's an artist. No, what about Nelly?
Okay, I have Scorpio, Aquarius, or Aries.
That's so crazy because those are my big 3, but no.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me think. Is she a Taurus?
No, I would say put yourself in her shoes.
She's not an Aquarius? Hold on.
She's close in the same way.
She's a Capricorn.
No.
Ugh.
She's an air sign.
Is she a Gemini?
Yeah. Her birthday's May 23rd. She's a cusper, though.
I'm so happy to hear that.
She's a Gemini.
Okay, sister.
And what about Delancey?
See, I put Delancey as Gemini.
Interesting.
So is she an Aquarius?
No, she's not an air sign. This is also so made up. Like, I don't know.
Is
but
she an
the
Aries?
people who were like, no.
Is she a fire sign?
No, weirdly.
What the fuck? Is she an earth sign?
These people might not have known what they were talking
They don't.
about.
Is she a Taurus?
Yeah.
I can see her being a Taurus, actually. That makes sense. That does make sense.
And then
I can 100% see her being a Taurus.
Barbie.
Oh, yeah, Barbie. Leo or Pisces or Taurus. Pisces? No. Cancer? Virgo? No. She gives Virgo, though.
She's a Libra.
Okay, I'll take that. Sure.
and her birthday's September 30th. I don't know if these are arbitrary or what, or like
I don't know.
if they are in line with what they thought the dolls would be, or maybe what they thought. Maybe the people who came up with their birthdays didn't have any involvement in the movies. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I could definitely. But maybe there's other stuff in their chart, you know?
Yeah.
Like in their big three.
We
and
always
stuff.
have that to save ourselves.
But we did talk about Delancey. We talked about Noli. I think that I like Chelsea, but she was never my favorite. I know she was like one of your favorites.
I just thought she was really pretty.
I like her hair color.
Mm-hmm.
I think her hair color is stunning every time I see her, especially like from the back when it's like all of them. I'm like, oh my God, Chelsea's hair really stands out.
Yeah. I loved her
cool.
hair. I did like her outfits, I think.
And
I mean, I think they all kind of dress the same, if I'm honest.
in an online poll, it said that Madison was the most popular.
That's nice.
And Barbie was the least popular, which I
and
am
that makes
not
sense,
surprised.
because Barbie's fucking annoying, and I'm so sorry. But
I'm
she is.
so sorry, but she's just like too into herself. She's
Yeah.
always like in other people's business too. She's always like, check it out.
Yeah, and she's like,
And it's
it's, she,
check
when
what out?
When,
Mind your business.
When Madison went straight to that, she was like, oh, so you blew us off this morning. Was it because of Ryan? She's smiling so big. I'm like, bitch, just tell her it was annoying.
Say what you want to say.
Yeah, say what you need to say.
Say what you need. I want to see if I have any other.
Yeah.
We talked about the songs.
Oh, concluding opinion that I wrote, I said, this needs a TV series, but done correctly.
I know. I wish it had like an animated series similar to the Bratz animated series that was
Yeah.
on Cartoon Network all those years ago, because they really have established like a very, very interesting world. Like
100%.
really, really interesting.
Like, I want to see more
characters.
from the guys, too. I want to
Me
see how they
too.
interact. I want to see them go off to, like, two and two adventures.
I wanna see
like
them-
New Girl.
Yeah, I want to see them date and then break up and then date and then maybe
Yeah.
date someone else.
Give us a whole ABC Family series.
It could literally
22
be, like,
episodes a season for 7 seasons.
New Girl type vibes. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how we do on the Bratz episode whenever that happens.
That's
because
going to be funny and crazy.
there's what my scene only has 3 movies, whereas Barbie has endless movies. They're still making them. Bratz has so many movies,
I
and I
feel like
don't think
it's-
they're making them anymore.
I feel like Barbie has a bunch, and then
Bratz has
Bratz
so
has a lot.
many.
Bratz has a lot, but the ones we're going to watch, I think it might be under 10.
It might be.
So it's like more controlled. They're like it's in between.
And my
Barbie
scene,
and my scene
has 3,
You
and
can
it's
see
all
it.
the same characters, and it's
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah.
Bratz, it's always the same characters, but sometimes they're
You can't-
teenagers, sometimes they're kids,
Mhm.
and sometimes they're babies, sometimes they're super babies.
Yeah.
And it's all different. Sometimes they're 2D, sometimes they're in 3D.
And you cannot put a timeline on when these events are happening.
No, it's like, remember when we were super babies? No.
No. Like, it's not going to be like that.
No.
No.
Remember when we were pixies?
No.
No.
Remember when we turned into giant monsters and hopped into the moon?
No.
No.
Remember when we were in the fairy, you already said fairy tales.
I didn't.
Remember when we became fairy tales? We were trapped in there? No. Remember when we were beat up by a 10-year-old when we were babies at the mall?
Nah.
No.
That lobe wasn't even developed enough to have that
The
memory.
only consistency they have is between
is-
Rock Angels
and Passion for Fashion.
Passion for Fashion.
And then the series that they actively had.
and that was like the same continuity as
Yeah.
Rock Angels, because they had their magazine.
Yeah.
And the
which was
Weeballs.
also wish fulfillment and very amazing to watch.
But way more unhinged.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
So far, I think that my scene as a whole better than Barbie.
I would 100% lay my life down for my scene over Barbie, because even the website I like better. Just the whole franchise I thought was more my speed than Barbie growing up as a child before I even had real thoughts.
For sure. There were some games on Barbie.com that I preferred, like the Fairytopia game where you built your own like
I
fairy world.
loved that game.
I lived in there.
It was so fun.
Sometimes it would crash my computer because it took
It's
so
too
long to
much.
load.
Well, I remember you
However-
would be putting a bunch of little things in one space because you were making like the fairy hangout, and it would just be a bunch of the it would be
It would crash.
the motion sensor would make your computer get all hot and
It
upset.
would get so hot, but I would like to zoom in and see. Oh my God!
Look at them
The fairies have come to my little garden. They're dancing.
It's so fun.
and it was like alive.
You cannot tell me that's nowhere to be found now. Let's find it.
I think it was on Flash, and Flash is gone. But there was that, and there was also
Fix
like
it.
my locker and like my diary, like the Barbie diary. The Barbie website was like kind of sick.
The thing is, it was sick because it had your homepage.
Yeah, your
and then I did
your
like
profile, and you go into your backpack.
Yeah.
and you like go in, and you're like, oh my god, this
yeah,
is what I did
and I
today.
did like, and I also like the everythinggirl.com like
I
hub
loved
where you were getting
everythinggirl.com.
points and pixie points.
Oh my god! And then there was Diva Stars.
Diva Stars, the dress up game.
There's only one thing we can do.
them all. We grew. We grew. We grew. Okay, we're gonna try not to lollygag here.
No, but
We've
all
said
of
what
these
we needed to
things,
say.
all of
I
them.
would suggest you guys go
Polly
watch.
Pocket was part of Everything Girl too.
Yeah, it was.
Just saying.
It was, and there are a couple things that we're not saying, but there it was. But yeah, this go watch my scene.
Being doing girl stuff in the early 2000s was kind of
Sacred.
like unmatched.
It was
Like,
actually
you had
beautiful.
DisneyChannel.com. You had all these. You had Nickelodeon.com.
There
like,
were so many dress up games. It was like they figured out how to digitize
CD-ROMs,
dressing your dolls up, and
like
it just was
Pixel
magic.
Chicks.
Pixel Chicks with the houses.
Don't even get me started.
I love it.
and then there's like Trolls.com,
Girl Tech.
Girl Tech,
Come on.
Friendships,
Friendships. Password journals.
Those
Easy
fucking
Bake
friendships.
Oven.
bane of my existence because they
Those-
were never in stock.
Yeah, and also like those texting thingies, which was basically friendships.
I just like, oh my god, I love it.
I love it.
But yeah, that's, I guess in conclusion, like My Scene, fabulous. My Scene, I revisit those movies yearly.
It's fun.
Multiple times a year. I never rewatch any Barbie movies other than Princess the Pauper and Island Princess, which honestly, if we're going 1v1, like Masquerade Madness to me is not that great in my opinion. So Jammin' in Jamaica, My Scene Goes Hollywood, 2 great films. Princess and the Pauper, Island Princess, 2 great films that I watch all the time. So that's 2 for 2. Let's see about the Bratz. I know the Bratz will be the most.
I do.
There's just so many Bratz.
I do
stuff.
hold Masquerade Madness a little bit higher than all the Barbie movies in the My Scene world, just because when I need to extend the world, and I've seen both My Scene Goes Hollywood and Jammin' in Jamaica, I do like to watch Masquerade Madness just because it's extra.
It's a good like.
It's like the webisodes.
But I still like. I would prefer to watch Island Princess over Masquerade Madness.
I can understand that, and I agree with that.
But I kind of, I don't know, like after watching all the Barbie movies, after watching all the My Scene movies, there's something about how unhinged those Bratz are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
so
just say
funny.
I'm looking forward to it.
We're gonna get crazy for
Let's
that
just
one.
say I'm looking forward to it.
Oh my God! Should we put our sunglasses on to sign off? All right.
Well,
This has been the My Scene episode.
This has been the My Scene episode. Let us know. What did you think about My Scene? Did you watch them? Which one is your favorite?
Which dolls did you have? If
Which
you
doll
had
was
them?
your favorite?
Yeah. What was
Like,
your
what
favorite game?
Line? What? Yeah, the online games. What did you like?
Do you guys still listen to the music like we do? Because it's literally on all my current playlists.
I have a My Scene playlist.
Yeah.
That we were blasting in the car. So do you listen to the songs or not?
And play them in the club if you have control over that.
We should do that.
We should request.
We should do that. No, we should like throw a party and then do that.
Fangirl Central events are on their way. They're on their way. Bear with us.
Bear with us. Follow us everywhere at fangirl.central on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We also have a Twitter, but we're like just retweeting it. And we also have a Tumblr, just fangirlcentral.tumblr.com. Although I think it's like tumblr.com/fangirlcentral now, which I hate that they changed it to that. Anyway, we do reblog on there occasionally. We have a Patreon. Patreon.com/fangirlcentral. We have vlogs on there. We have secrets that we will not speak about in public. Like meet and greets, and Amber, vlogged meeting Tom Holland. I always say this, and she's always like, "Don't even say that anymore."
Just go and
But we also have us meeting Sebastian Stan, which is equally as embarrassing to me, if not more.
I don't think so.
I was 16.
I don't think it's embarrassing.
I was 16.
I think it's not embarrassing though.
It's embarrassing. I
Mine's
can
embarrassing.
barely look at it. I cannot look at it.
So you guys go watch it for us.
And so, yeah, we also have a Discord that's for patrons only. If there's anything I'm forgetting, just look at our links online and stuff. I'm Amanda Lane Miller on Instagram.
I cut you off. I'm Amber L. Miller on Instagram.
That's Lane with a Y. And as always,
Keep it chaotic.
Bow, bow, bow.